Hello everyone, welcome to the Blues Talk Daily. Chelsea drill with purpose as Enzo Maresca imprints tactical identity before Nottingham Forest clash. With the season nearing its climax, Chelsea's training ground at Cobham was alive with controlled energy and tactical precision today, as newly appointed manager Enzo Maresca continued laying the foundations of his footballing philosophy. Less than 24 hours ahead of a crucial encounter against Nottingham Forest, the Italian tactician led an intensive session aimed at instilling his possession-based principles and positional discipline across every line of the squad. Maresca, who arrived from Leicester City with a glowing reputation for tactical clarity and meticulous preparation, stood at the heart of the session. Sporting a calm demeanor and a sharp eye for detail, he directed the players through structured drills that emphasized build-up play from the back, spatial awareness in the midfield, and fluidity in the attacking third. Training with a purpose. From the very first whistle, the message was clear. Chelsea will not only look to beat Nottingham Forest, they aim to dominate them with control and purpose. The session opened with rondo drills in tight spaces, demanding quick touches and intelligent movement. Midfielders such as Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo excelled, offering constant passing angles and dictating the rhythm under pressure. Maresca then shifted focus to shape work, breaking the squad into units and walking them through patterns of play. The defenders were instructed on how to invite pressure before releasing into midfield, an echo of Maresca's philosophy that believes in ball retention as both defense and attack. Play from the back, but play with intelligence, Maresca was heard instructing. Use the pivot. Don't rush the vertical pass. Find it at the right moment. Enzo's midfield machine. Enzo Fernandez, who seems to be growing into a deeper-lying orchestrator under Maresca, took a commanding role in drills focused on circulation and tempo. Operating as the single pivot, he dropped between center backs to initiate play and was constantly scanning, receiving, and releasing. The chemistry between him and Caicedo, now given more license to roam, is beginning to blossom. Supporting them, Conor Gallagher was used as an aggressive box-to-box outlet, pushing high during attacking phases and pressing early in defensive transitions. These dynamics highlighted Maresca's 4-3-3 setup, which occasionally morphs into a 3-2-2-3 in possession, one that relies on control through the middle and overloads out wide. Tactical rotations and wing dynamics. Wide players like Cole Palmer and Noni Madueke were central to Maresca's tactical plan. Palmer, often tucking into half spaces, was seen executing quick 1-2s with overlapping fullbacks, while Madueke stayed high and wide, waiting to isolate his man. Ben Chilwell and Malo Gusto worked closely with Maresca during shadow play segments, practicing underlapping runs and aggressive positioning on the flanks during build-up. A key feature of the session was the emphasis on positional rotations. When one player drifted from their area, another filled in seamlessly, a concept Maresca values highly. During a stretch of the match simulation, Levi Colwill stepped into midfield to initiate a press, with Fernandez immediately covering the vacated zone, illustrating the growing tactical intelligence within the squad. Set-piece innovation and mental focus. With Forest posing a physical threat, Maresca devoted time to both defensive and offensive set pieces. Assistant coaches drilled specific routines, while Maresca observed spacing, blocking patterns, and second ball anticipation. Late in the session, the squad was split into two for a short but intense intra-squad game. With Maresca's principles in mind, the emphasis was not on goals, but on execution. Triangles, overloads, and pressing triggers. Every player was expected to understand where they needed to be and why. Young blood and squad depth. True to his development-focused background, Maresca invited several academy players to participate. Kendry Paez, Alfie Gilchrist, and Michael Golding were all present, absorbing instructions and contributing to possession drills. Paez, in particular, caught the eye with his confidence and incisive passing. As the session drew to a close, Maresca gathered the group at the center circle. Though not one for dramatic speeches, his message was steady and clear. control the match, trust the system, and stay brave under pressure. Looking to tomorrow, Chelsea traveled to the City ground with momentum and clarity. Nottingham Forest, still embroiled in a tense relegation fight, will be aggressive. But Maresca's Chelsea are being built to handle pressure through patience and precision. While the transformation under Maresca is still in its early stages, the signs are promising. Tomorrow's match offers not just the chance for 3 points, but a statement that the tactical Blue Awakening, the arrival of Garnacho and Sané. The summer of 2025 was unlike any other for Chelsea Football Club. After seasons of transition and heartbreak, the club's new ownership was ready to make a statement. Todd Boehly had already reshaped the structure behind the scenes, and now he wanted stars that could light up Stamford Bridge. The ambition was clear. Return Chelsea to the summit of English and European football. The first rumblings came from Manchester. Alejandro Garnacho, Manchester United's dazzling Argentine winger, had grown frustrated. Though loved by the fans, he found his minutes limited under Erik ten Hag's strict tactical regime. Garnacho was a wild soul, electric on the pitch, fearless and unpredictable. United tried to convince him to stay with promises of increased responsibility, but the lure of a starring role at Chelsea and a lucrative 5-year deal proved too strong. Simultaneously, whispers began to circulate from Munich. Leroy Sané, the German winger who had lit up both the Bundesliga and the Premier League in his earlier years with Manchester City, was seeking a return to England. His time at Bayern had been productive but inconsistent. With Thomas Tuchel's departure and a new manager in place, Sané saw his influence wane. Chelsea moved quickly, recognizing that his experience and flair could complement their young squad perfectly. The double signing was confirmed within days of each other. Alejandro Garnacho, 85 millones de libras esterlinas. Leroy Sané, 48 million pounds. The headlines blazed. Chelsea's new wings take flight. Mauricio Pochettino, now entering his second season, couldn't hide his excitement. With Garnacho and Sané, we gain not just talent, but personality, pace, and creativity. They are fearless. Preseason in the US was a spectacle. Garnacho stole the show against Inter Miami with a blistering solo goal, while Sané dazzled with 2 assists and a curling effort into the top corner against Club America. The chemistry between the two grew quickly. Garnacho's raw energy blended with Sané's polished precision. Pochettino worked tirelessly behind the scenes, developing a system that gave both freedom to roam and cut inside, allowing Reece James and Ben Chilwell to stretch wide. The Premier League opener against Arsenal was the true test. In front of a roaring Stamford Bridge, Chelsea unleashed their new era. The match was end-to-end, with Odegaard and Havertz testing Chelsea's midfield early. But in the 32nd minute, Garnacho pounced on a loose ball, drove past 2 defenders, and squared it for Sané, who buried it. The celebration was iconic, Sané pointing to Garnacho, who thumped his chest and pointed to the fans. That match ended 2-1 to Chelsea, with Sané assisting Garnacho for the winner. The pair were the talk of England by the following morning. But things weren't always smooth. By October, Garnacho had gone 4 games without a goal and was visibly frustrated. Critics questioned his decision-making, and rumors began surfacing about dressing room unrest. Pochettino responded publicly, backing his young star and reminding fans that even Messi and Ronaldo had to learn patience. Sané, the older statesman, took Garnacho under his wing. In an emotional interview, he said, "Alejandro reminds me of myself when I was 19. So much energy, so much ambition. I'm here to help him channel it." That mentorship bore fruit. In a dramatic Champions League group stage match against Napoli, Garnacho scored twice, one a thunderous strike from 25 yards, the other a delicate chip, while Sané ran the show from the right wing. Chelsea won 4-2, topping the group. By January, Chelsea were firmly in the title race. Sané had already racked up 10 assists and 7 goals, while Garnacho had scored 11 times in all competitions. Fans started comparing them to the days of Robin and Duff, Hazard and Willian. Off the pitch, their bond deepened. Garnacho, known for his rebellious streak, began to mature under Sané's influence. The Argentine even credited Sané during an interview. "He's like a big brother. He doesn't tell me what I want to hear. He tells me what I need to hear." Chelsea reached the Carabao Cup final in February, facing Manchester City. The narrative wrote itself. Sané against his former club, Garnacho against Chelsea's fierce rivals in light blue. It was a tense, tactical